Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you come across this video, thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone who's booking, making purchases off the website, pledges to the Patreon, sending things to the P.O. Box, purchases off the wish list. And tipping the Clarista. Did I cover it all? I think so. Anyways, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. All right, so in my meditation, I was just jotting down some notes of kind of like the themes of this week, okay? And so we're just gonna kind of go over them, and yeah. So today is when I'm recording this. Today's a 3/3 portal. Also, this week we have a 3/6/9 day, right? Because 2025 equals a 9. Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah. All right. So that would be on Thursday, actually. So almost there's an energy of like there may be a lot of people expecting something like around 3/3. You may be expecting something, or it's like feeling like it's time for something like that for something to show up, or like you know what I just heard. It's kind of like the judgment cards, right? It's kind of like uh kind of shit or get off the pot. It's kind of what I'm feeling, but it's not necessarily like you. It's like and excuse my language, but it's like there's an energy of like you feeling like, okay, so I know that something is coming. I can feel it, okay. And you may be, for some reason I feel like some people are expecting it today, but you may actually like find that it shows up on Thursday rather than today on this day, okay. Today it feels more like this, and this 3/3 energy, it feels like more like almost like a portal you're walking through, right? And they talk about these kind of days being that way, and things like that. But yeah, because like 3/3, it's like they're saying you're halfway there, but because of the 3, and we got to get to the 6, I don't know, there's something about that. They're showing me stepping stones here, okay. Something about hopscotch. Some of you might be like skipping around or something when this comes through, or they're also showing me, yeah, these like stepping stones. They're like and I don't know, I'm just seeing somebody kind of just like playing. Like I remember when I was a kid, right? You would just kind of like jump from one to the other, okay? Like just playing. So that kind of feels like what this feels like, okay? As far as I feel like there's an energy of like removing doubt this week, okay? That kind of seems to be a theme, or maybe towards the beginning of the week, there may be some doubt kind of like shaking its way to the surface here, tied into your root chakra and your safety and your security, okay. Oftentimes doubt is a manifestation of like disappointment, unworthiness, and abandonment. So those things may help you try to find like the root of that doubt. But yeah, it feels like this is kind of a focus of what is being released. And goodness, confirmation, or I don't know. Okay, I feel like that's significant somehow, but we'll keep going. Okay, so there was also an energy too. Okay, this week you may be closing out a very long overdue cycle. Okay, this is a situation I feel like you're calling your power back. This is something where you may have been like just like keeping the peace. But we often say, right, like if you are protecting somebody else's peace, you're not protecting your own. It's almost like it's only your responsibility to keep the peace for yourself, right? So some of you may have been like kind of holding your tongue, is what I'm saying, or what I'm hearing, okay? Holding your tongue in a certain situation, like I said, simply to keep the peace. But I really feel like you're just, there's an energy where you just may be like, man, I've got to say something, okay? This has got to come to an end. I've got to, you know what I mean? Um, yeah, this has gone too far, is what I just heard, okay? Um, yeah. So that's another situation that might be kind of coming up, okay? I'm not sure if this is necessarily tied into that root chakra energy. It doesn't. This energy possibly could have been um, maybe a part of what caused some doubt for you in the past here. Okay. So yeah, so I feel like yeah, they keep saying like shaking. So some of you maybe like maybe a good shake will do you good, right? That's really good for releasing trauma. Maybe doing some somatic work or something like that. But yeah, it feels like these things are kind of also something about like an earthquake or yeah, it's almost like whatever this week feels like it's coming to kind of shake up your world a little bit. Okay, is what it feels like. In a good way. In a good way. Okay. Um, Okay, there may also be some sort of like new creative project or inspiration or maybe even guidance that comes through. Okay, I'm also picking up too where there was possibly for some of you like a new job opportunity or like a promotion where you are, but that is for those that have just went through a very like extensive like purge. Okay, this isn't for, there's not an opportunity. I don't want to say there's not anything showing up for those that haven't been working on themselves because that may not be the case, but they specifically said, right? The guide specifically said that this would be after a very, like, after an extensive purge, okay? So if you have been releasing, whether it be, you know, mindsets, programmings, habits, all of these things, right? There, it's like, something new kind of showing up here for you, okay? Maybe tied into this creative project. It doesn't have to be. It feels like, maybe there's like, some of you may have been like kind of praying for like new hobbies or like, just something new to kind of, take up some free time or as because like idle hands create idle minds, like there's maybe something where it's like you're like, okay, maybe you finished learning something, you've mastered something, you have whatever, and it's like you've been waiting on like the next thing, right? I'm picking up on somebody who like is like a sponge, like, right, like you really I just heard knowledge is power. Absolutely, absolutely. So there's something with that as well. So like maybe that new hobby or project or opportunity, I feel like those are going to kind of show up this week as well. If it's not this week, I feel like it's in the coming weeks. Again, this week a lot of this focus is especially because the focus was the root chakra actually, and I actually went through and kind of that was not my intention, was to go through and kind of focus on on all the chakras to see what was kind of happening, but that's how it unfolded. So, but the original focus was the root chakra. So, and remember that kind of earthquake energy, it feels like there's something that's coming to kind of like shake things up. Okay. Um, and that really makes sense with that new moon reading that I did, right? Because it's like, when an earthquake comes through, okay, depending on the strength and things like that, right? Only the things that were built on strong foundations are going to continue to stand. Okay, so you may see some things fall, you may see some things, things like that. Just, kind of, they're showing me this, hold on, let me find it. It's the Peace card in this deck. Yeah, the gorilla. See how he's just kind of sitting back and kind of watching the world here. There's something about that, right? If this is not just like in your life, right? This could be you observing the world, right? Like the earthquake kind of shaking things up. It may get real hairy out there this week. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it feels like if you're just observing and this is not happening in your initial life, okay, there is this energy of observing maybe some other things, kind of experiencing this earthquake type energy. Okay. All right, so that was the sacral chakra. We did the root and we did the solar plexus. The heart chakra. Okay, so the word that came through was thawing. Okay, and a lot of these things I actually did a personal. So so I feel like you're gonna resonate with this a lot too. But anyway, so we've got this thawing energy. Okay. This is tied into also releasing that doubt, okay? So basically it's like there was a situation, okay, that may have caused like disappointment. I feel like it fed into this doubt a little bit, okay? And I feel like out of self-preservation or out of protection for yourself, there's kind of this energy of like your heart kind of freezing over a little bit here, okay? And it's not necessarily a bad thing. This week it feels like it's thawing. Now, makes sense. You may also see a lot of thawing, and they're kind of giving like Mother Gaia energy as well. So you may see a lot of thawing around you. I don't think we're completely out of winter yet, but it feels like there's definitely a thawing energy, okay? And there was an example that they gave me here. So a lot of your creation, while it does come from your subconscious programming, which I feel like you're working on, but a lot of it also comes from your heart, right? Your heart is like the source of all the things. It feeds all of the other chakras. It feeds your reality. It's like that type of energy here. So they're giving me this like, just like with the as the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. No, I'm just joking. The rivers and the lakes and like things, oceans and things like that. I don't know. Does the ocean freeze over? I mean, there's glaciers, but it probably, anyway. So these rivers and these lakes, as they are thawing, right, the flow comes back. So there's something significant about that as well with this, like your heart chakra kind of like defrosting, thawing out a little bit here, okay? And it's like you're leaning further, like I said, into trusting the divine, trusting divine timing, and trusting the divine plan, okay? I also just heard like releasing control, okay? So that's definitely an energy that's kind of happening as well this week. You may be feeling a lot of, I'm almost feeling like just, I don't want to say it's like a pressure, but there's a central focus around that. And I'm wondering if, the situation that you were calling your power back, the doubt and this heart chakra freezing, I feel like it's, excuse me, I feel like it's all tied together, okay? It does not have to be. It does not have to be at all, but I do feel like it could be. For some of you, it's almost like it's almost like you're clearing something out, you're healing something, or you've been healing or purging from something in particular that's kind of like implementing these different things within your heart chakras and heart chakras? Do you have more than one? In your chakras, okay? Okay, throat chakra. There's some sort of new expression here, okay, is what came through. They also said like a big wave. Okay, so there was like, when I was writing this down, it was like a big wave. So there may be a lot of communication going in and coming out. Like, you may be communicating as well as other people communicating to you. There is this energy of some sort of like new expression here. Okay. The way that you show up, the boundaries that you have, the words that you say, the I don't know what this is, but it feels like it's a breakthrough. Okay. um yeah, it's like finding a new groove is what I wrote down in this new expression. Okay. um or through these conversations, like, it's like maybe this opportunity comes through this these conversations, but it's like, I feel like your communication may be to just coming through so differently that you may not even recognize yourself. I feel like other people may not recognize you, or there's like, um I feel like you're just really kind of surprised in a way for some of you, or somebody else is surprised, the way that you are communicating. Okay. The way that you are expressing yourself. Okay. But it does feel like there is a lot of conversation. This could also be too, like a lot of downloads or things like that. But it feels like more so a lot of conversation in the physical, because I feel like you've been having a lot of conversation, if through hermit mode and things like that, with the divine, to where it's like, as above, so below. There's like new energies that are coming forward. Again, this new expression that's coming forward, but I'm also picking up on a very professional expression. So some of you, I don't know why that's significant, but it may be important. Okay. Okay. Moving on to the third eye, there's some sort of like, there was like maybe some sort of confusion or cloudiness around a situation that's being removed. Okay. There's another veil that's being lifted. Okay. Something that didn't make sense. Okay. That you could have been trying to make sense of, will, I heard, quickly make sense to you. Okay. It feels like, your gifts may be heightened. It feels like, you may be, there's something also too about your focus. Okay. That's coming through. Like there's something, because of this like confusion, that's like been removed, right? Like it's almost like there's and this ties into the crown chakra, where, well, a little bit, but it's like you could have been praying for an answer, right? Or like some sort of clarity about a situation or a person or something like that. You get that prayer is answered, or you get that clarity here. Okay. I do feel like it, with it being on the third eye, that this will come through the third eye, right? Will come from the divine, not necessarily something in the physical. But with that veil being removed, it does feel like there may be some sort of confirmation in the physical to just confirm what it is that you already know. Okay. Okay, and then we have our crown chakra. So, you know what I heard? Lots of surprises, and I love that. It's kind of like, from the crown chakra? Really? Okay. And that's really kind of all that they were saying. Here, there's something that you've been praying for, it's showing up. For a lot of you, this is, though, whatever it is that you've been praying for is actually like deliverance from something, someone. Again, this could very much be tied into this situation that we were picking up, or it could be different. Just take it how it is here. Okay. But yeah, it feels like there's some sort of deliverance from something, maybe rather than, surprises in the physical. But it did, I did hear surprises, right? So this may be, you know, uh, there could be multiple things that show up. It's not to say that nothing is going to show up in the physical, because we picked up over here that there is communication, that there is, inspiration, maybe a new project. There is, there is things that are showing, opportunities, things like that that are showing up. But this feels more like you're gaining more peace. And that's funny. I had forgot that I had wrote that here, and I picked out this card. So this week feels like, I wrote, not to say that there aren't physical surprises as well, but the peace will be the most expensive. Okay? So, it definitely feels like, this week is going to be very significant in bringing you back into a very peaceful state of being, okay? And it's all with that earthquake energy. Again, it's almost like your world is going to get shook up a little bit, okay? But it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Let me just linger for a minute and make sure that there's nothing else that they really want to kind of bring through about this week for the collective. Okay, I think that's it. I stopped right at 22 minutes. So the number 22 might be significant. Also, again, right, we're on number 33. Also, look, we have number 1 is this peace card. So, fresh start, right? Again, it's like this earthquake is coming to kind of shake things up, but really, it's almost like really letting you know, really kind of like showing you probably how strong your foundation really is here. Okay? Okay. All right, that's what I have for this week's energy check-in. I hope this was helpful. Good luck, and I'll see you next time.